Primary election day now less than 2 weeks away.
Political reporter Rick Albin has yet another open state house seat to preview, this time from Muskegon County.
The 87th House District is comprised of mainly Muskegon and Muskegon Heights and part of Delton Township. And it's another one of those open seats, meaning that no matter what the outcome of the race, there will be a new member of the legislature. There are 4 Democrats vying for their party's nomination. They'll take on the lone Republican in the fall. Up first in the Democratic primary race, former City Commissioner Deborah Warren.
It was always on my mind to consider running for another position. And quite honestly, with the current state of where we are at as a state, specifically with things like reproductive freedom, I knew that was coming, specifically with issues like gun control. I just felt like we needed somebody more than ever that was going to advocate for these issues and had a lot at stake.
Like Warren, Eddie Jenkins III has served at the city level and would like to help with oversight and his city's image.
A lot of the resources and money's coming back to the Heights and in other communities like City of Muskegon, which is similar to the Heights. You know, these monies and resources come in, but we're not really seeing them. And I want to break the misconception of what's actually going on in the City of the Heights. A lot of people think that the local leaders aren't doing things right. They may think that there's some other stuff going on up the sleeve, and I just want to break that misconception.
Will Snyder has served as a union steward and legislative director and now wants to make sure that working people have a seat at the table.
I already had an interest in local politics, but that spiraled into a greater interest in representing working people and making sure working people had a voice. And that's how it kind of started, and it's been a fun ride over the last 10, 12 years, making sure that working people do have a seat at the table, and I think that is very important here in Muskegon.
Gorman is an attorney who wants to use his experience for things like criminal justice reform.
One of my top 2 priorities is the implementation of non-monetary bail. Right now in the state of Michigan, 60% of all individuals awaiting trial in the city or county jail are there simply because they cannot afford bail. Now, the original purpose of why we had bail is to make sure that an alleged offender comes forward and comes back to court. But the reality is, in practice, that we're waging this war on people who are in poverty.
We have examined a number of races, but there are still more that are open or will feature new contenders because of the newly drawn districts. Go to the link in the story to find your new district for State House and Senate, as well as U.S. House primaries. And join us primary night for all the results on your local election headquarters. I'm Rick Albin, News 8.